Welcome. At the start of 2026, King County Metro will transition the construction impact notification and trolley impact notification from forms and email to using the Coordinate application. This short video will demonstrate for contractors how to submit your non-trolley, non-streetcar construction impacts. Trolley and streetcar submissions are covered in a separate video. Please ensure that you submit the correct application for your project. If your project is submitted to the incorrect application process, it will be rejected and you will have to resubmit utilizing the correct application process. This has the potential to cause delays in the approval process and your project. Here are the application for a construction project. All lines with an asterisk must be filled in for your application to be accepted. The first field is project name. This field is for the unique name of your project. If your project has an established name, please use that name. If your project does not have a name or title, please use your purchase or work order number or site address. Agency Utility Entity. This is a drop-down menu that you may scroll through to find your company. You may also type in the agency line to find your agency. If you do not find your name under this entity list, you may type in a name under New Agency. Once you've typed it in under New Agency, when we receive it, we will add you to the list so that in the future you may use the drop-down. Jurisdiction is for the city or county area that you are in. You will find that most of these fields are fairly self-explanatory. Permit number, description of work. The description of work should be brief. Street repair, overlashing, etc. We do not need a detailed breakdown of your work at this time. Start and end dates, start and end times on the construction are done in 24-hour time block. Is this going to be nightly, daily, weekend, or weekends only? Continuous work? If not consecutive, what are your work dates? You need 2 contacts for every project that are supposed to be on site during your work hours. Name, number, and email. When will your road or lane closures start? Dates and times. Will this just be the curb lane? Lane shifts with cones and flaggers? Is the roadway closed? Or do none of these apply for no designation? If you're aware of the routes that are affected, please list them here. If not, we will figure that out. If you know any bus stops that are affected, please list them here. This is a mandatory field. Bus stop usable. This field will let us know whether or not we can utilize the bus stop for passengers outside of your work hours, or if the stop will not be safe to use. Please provide a brief description of what impacts will affect the bus stop. When you finish completing all the fields on the application page, you may click to the next button, which will bring you to the location page. You will have an area in here where you can put addresses, and you have the map. To use the map, scroll into your work location. In this situation, we will use Queen Anne Avenue North between Prospect and Valley Streets. This is called a segment. Zooming in on my map to Queen Anne North and Prospect, I simply click in that intersection. I go down to the end of my work zone, in this case, Valley Street. Click again. This will create a line showing my work area. I can further define this by suggesting that the impact is in both directions or only one direction. If you choose one direction, it will go in the direction in which you clicked your points. If you need to reverse it, these arrows here will reverse the direction of the flow. Type of impact. Is it a full closure, no impact, a partial closure, or do none of these descriptions fit? You can also provide a description on this line. Lane shift with flaggers, curb lane only. You can also use a single point to define your location. This would be if you're working inside the middle of an intersection. This would be the intersection of Queen Anne and Prospect. Again, you can list a direction and the type of impacts and a description. Polygon is for defining a larger area that does not follow the streets of Seattle, you simply move around the map, clicking at the various points that define your area, and when you're done, you will get a polygon or a shaped area for your project. Next moves on to the notification. This is the email at which you want your confirmation that your project has been received and will be reviewed. This will now bring you to the Review tab, in which you can look at all of the information you've entered. If any of the information is incorrect or needs to be changed, you may use the previous button to go back to the previous sections. Once you click Submit, you will not be able to go back and make changes. Any changes after that will have to be entered in by your construction or trolley impacts coordinator. Please send them an email to get those changes entered. Once you hit the Submit, you will also have the opportunity to attach any files. This is where you would attach your TCP, street use permits, and any other files you feel are relevant to your project. Once your files are uploaded, you are done and may hit Submit. This will submit your project. You will get a confirmation email, and the construction coordinator will also get a notification to review your project. If you have any questions, please reach out to your coordinator. We're always here to help you. Thank you.